Hello, friends, and welcome to Shutty Uppy, Let's Talk King and Queens podcast. My name is Steve Lott, and we have an exciting show for you today. I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Dusty Salisbury. You know him from his famous, hilarious King of Queens TikTok reenactments on with his lovely wife. Dusty, how are you today?
What's up, you demented old circus monkeys? I'm doing great. How you guys doing tonight?
You know, we're all doing great over here. So before we introduce our guests, actually our guests, plural, I have a rating and review to read again. So this one's from Maureen CG. She gave it 5 stars and said, I just love listening to this King of Queens podcast. Not only is it one of my favorite shows, but now to be able to listen to the King of Queens content outside of the show is awesome. My daughter is 14, and we love to listen together. She is a fan, as well as her favorite part is trivia. We love listening to the guests and their opinions of the show. Honestly, we could talk King and Queens phrases all of the time. Thank you so much for this podcast. Well, thank you very much, Maureen. And actually, we have a special treat. We have Maureen and her daughter, Isabella. So they are 2 awesome guests for today. Mother-daughter combo. This is the first time we're having 2 guests on at one time. And we just want to welcome you to the show. Thanks a lot for coming on, guys.
Oh, thank you so much. We are so honored and so excited. You have no idea.
That's great. I'm glad I can
Awesome.
honestly tell the excitement and the genuine, thrill in your voice, and that's great.
Genuine for sure. You guys are so funny, so great. And I love the dynamic that both of you will pick up different maybe moments or quotes or favorite memories of a different show that I never even thought of. And I've seen every episode 1,000 times over. So it's a great combination, and especially for us fans, you just give us something out, like I said, outside of watching the show to thrive from and just have fun with. We need more of it.
Oh, well, we appreciate it. And we
we
try.
do
We
appreciate
really
that.
do try. And it means a lot.
It's great.
It means a lot.
It's come a long way too. You guys keep getting better and better and better.
Thank you. Yeah, we try to stay consistent and get better every time. So it's much appreciated. Isabella, like I was telling you earlier, I have a daughter, Brianna, who's your age, going into high school, right?
Yeah.
So,
I just went to my high school today to get my schedule.
Oh, that's awesome. So you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I start soon.
Dude, so in New York, we usually start in September. When do you guys start? You're in Chicago,
August.
right? Or near Chicago?
I start
Yeah.
in August.
August 11th is their first day.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
okay.
man.
So it's coming up.
God.
Yep.
All right. But listen, you guys get out earlier than us. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
She's out in the middle of May.
Yeah.
Because my middle school got out. We started later, but the high school starts earlier.
Oh, okay.
And they get out later.
Awesome. All right. So you guys know the drill. You guys have listened to the show before, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
We'll for maybe somebody who's listening for the first time, what we're going to do is introduce the episode we're going to talk about. We're going to do some trivia. We're going to ask Maureen and Isabella some trivia. And then we'll get into our quotes and ponderings, and then a little review and ratings of the episode. So you guys ready to go? You nervous? You excited?
No, so excited.
Awesome.
We studied.
A lot of people have been saying that lately. They've been studying up, and they've been doing pretty good. So I have a feeling you guys are going to do very well.
Oh, I hope.
All right. So
Otherwise, we don't belong.
All right. So we're going to do season 5, episode 9, entitled Connect 4. It was written by Michael J. Whitehorn, David Litt, and Alana Wernick. It was directed by Rob Schiller, and it originally aired on November 18th, 2002. Episode synopsis. Carrie and Doug have 4 tickets for a month to the Knicks game and try to find the perfect couple to join them. So it's a pretty, I like this episode. It's a pretty funny episode. I'm looking forward to the trivia, but I'm really looking forward to some ratings and reviews at the end too. All right. Question number 1. Who was the announcer on the TV in the beginning of the show? They were watching. Watching a sports game.
Yes, they were watching a show.
Yes.
Look, Steven likes to throw out some zingers sometimes.
Yeah, every once in a while. Only because I love this guy. I love the way he announces.
I don't believe. Oh, Steve Albert. Wait, that's sports announcer.
Very close. Very close.
Wait, Albert.
Yes.
Marv.
Yes, you got it.
Good job.
I belong.
Yes.
Oh my God.
We, as I said earlier, we don't record the video and we don't publish the video. But if you could have seen Maureen's face, she was, I think, in pure terror.
Yes.
On that one.
That was a good question.
Isabella, what did you think of that question? Was that fair or?
I don't know anything about sports.
Okay.
So honestly, I don't really know.
She wouldn't know him.
Okay. So, but you guys got it. Got it. All right. Question number 2. How does Arthur know Schmitty?
They were. Can I answer?
Sure.
Slaughterhouse. They worked both at Slaughterhouse, pork slaughterhouse.
Absolutely, the kosher slaughterhouse back in the 50s.
He's got the tremendous resume, that man.
Yeah, I'm loving this energy.
Yeah, absolutely. What fingers is Schmitty missing?
His pinkies.
His pinkies.
Actually, can do an Arthur impression, and he's like, "No pinkish."
Perfect. All right, you guys are doing great.
Yep.
You got the first 3 right. You almost got tripped up on the first one, but you came through.
Gosh.
What prize did Carrie win at the company raffle?
Go ahead.
Free Knicks tickets.
Yep, free Knicks tickets for a month. What? So I'm guessing you guys, since you're near the Chicago area, I'm guessing you're Bulls fans or?
Bulls fans.
Okay.
I am. But when I did move to Connecticut, and obviously they're right outside New York, so everybody was a Knicks fan. So when I moved, I was like the only Bulls fan around.
So I was trying to figure it out because I think you said you were like, what, back in the 90s or the 2000s? Because the Knicks and the Bulls were huge rivals back in the 90s.
Oh yeah, it was the best. Yeah. I left Chicago here in 2001 and then moved out to Connecticut, but I worked for a hedge fund that had an office in Manhattan. So everybody was a Bulls or a Knicks fan.
Oh, okay.
And so I used to tease them so much about, I'm sorry, did you have a championship ring?
Oh, man.
Dusty's a huge Chicago fan.
You
I
know
know, he told me.
Yep.
You know it.
It's great city.
Great
Yes,
city.
it is.
I've never been. Oh, well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I've been there. I went to boot camp at Great Lakes, and I was there on Christmas morning or Christmas Day in 1999. And I'm going to be honest with you, there was like nothing open, nothing was going on. So I was a little disappointed because
kind of quiet.
it was very quiet. Very quiet.
But I will say I did love New York, and I became a big fan too. So
it's a lot different from what you remember, though.
yeah, I mean, it's different, but it's also, I thought everybody was nice. Unlike the contrary here, that New Yorkers were rude. That's not true. I thought everybody was really nice, and I remember my husband got tickets to a Yankees game, and they were playing the White Sox. He got the tickets for me. And of course, I'm all decked out in my white. He's like, "You cannot wear that to Yankee Stadium. They're gonna kick you out of there. They're gonna beat you up." I'm like, "No,
Did you go in the beer only line?
you beer only." And everybody was really nice. I was the only one in my little area rooting for my White Sox, who did lose, but everybody was nice about it.
Oh, no. Are you a Southside fan?
Yeah, I'm both.
Oh, both.
You cannot be both?
Yeah, you can.
No.
I'm a Chicago fan. I grew up South Side, but then when I moved out of Chicago, I became a both fan because that's just my hometown.
Ah.
Dusty's a little disappointed. It's like Yankees or Mets, Jets or Giants.
Right.
All right. Free Knicks tickets for a month. That was the last question. You guys are doing great still. We got another Schmitty question for you. What was Schmitty's nickname at the parking violation center?
Nubsy.
Nubsy. Oh, you mean Nubsy?
He's been gone 5 years.
Yeah. All right. Here's one that we'll see if you guys were really paying attention. So Arthur's at the parking violation bureau or whatever you want to call it, and he's trying to get the ticket fixed. And he ends up just paying for the ticket. How much was the ticket? Let's see if you were paying attention.
$27.
27. Very good. You didn't have to think
Good
about
job. Good job.
Isabella, let's see if you know your math. Which dollar bills or which bills did he hand him?
I think he said Jackson.
Okay.
Lincoln.
Okay.
And I don't remember the other one.
You're up to 25.
Up to $25.
Washington.
There you go. The Washington.
Oh,
I'll need the other Washington twin.
Yep.
I know. You're doing great. I just, I know with, everyone pays with Venmo or PayPal or something like that. So I didn't know how much paper money we know nowadays.
No, I just went to the mall with my best friend, and I had all my money saved up.
Oh, sweet.
Then I had money, so I was like, "Oh, this is good practice."
There you go. Perfect.
For life.
All right. So Arthur ended up, quote unquote, fixing the ticket for Deacon, and he goes and meets him at the bar. What does Deacon and the guys call Arthur?
The fixer.
The fixer. Hey, fixer.
Right.
Fixer. Very good. Very good. All right. So at this point, Carrie and Doug have already been to the Knicks game with Stuart and Eddie, or Stuart and now Simone. No, Stuart and Ellie.
No.
Now I'm getting myself confused. And then they've also been with Eddie and Simone.
Simone.
There we go. So Eddie and Doug are hanging out, and Carrie and Ellie come in. What was Doug and Eddie doing when they came in?
Oh, I know. Do you know? They were playing video games.
Oh,
Video
yeah.
games. That's right. Absolutely. One of my favorite lines of I was just gonna say that.
Oh, is that? Oh, I'm
One of my
sorry, man.
That's okay. That's okay. That's one of my favorite lines from this episode because that's
Yeah.
totally me. Eddie's like, "Oh, we should go play hoops for real one of
Oh,
these
yeah.
days." And,
I'm winded doing this.
I'm gonna level with you. I'm winded doing this. Oh man, you guys are doing excellent. You guys are 8 for 8, with a couple of bonus questions already answered. So you're doing awesome. How you guys feeling so far?
Great. Good.
Awesome. All right, now we're to the part where Doug and Carrie end up going to the Knicks game with Eddie and Ellie, and they have a great time. So now they come home and they're actually upset because they know they're not the couple. They're not a couple right now, and they're
Attached to other people.
Yeah, they're attached to other people. What does Carrie suggest that they do to Stuart and Simone to get them out of the picture so they can set up Eddie and Ellie?
Like in the movies, cut their brakes.
Absolutely. Carrie is so devious in this
She's
episode.
the best.
She is very devious in this episode. She just wants to, she wants to see these two together.
She's my spirit animal.
She's your spirit animal.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. So at this point, we've seen Arthur. He's quote unquote fixing all their tickets or trying to fix all their tickets. So basically, the guys, Spence, Danny, and Deacon are all just parking willy nilly wherever they want.
Yeah.
So what does Arthur try to do to make some extra money to pay the parking tickets?
Do you know?
He donates blood.
Yep, he tries to sell his blood.
Yeah.
And he's unsuccessful because after he gets the blood out, he asks for the money and she's like,
He doesn't get paid.
he does not get paid. So you guys ever donate blood before?
No.
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't it seem like a lot of blood that Arthur gave?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then he wants it put back in.
Well, meet someone else.
Yeah.
You got pumping in
meet
someone
someone
else.
else.
Someone
Someone
else.
That was probably my second favorite line of the episode. All right. Excellent. Yeah, I used to give blood at my old job. They would come around a lot, and they just give you cookies and juice.
Yeah, I got a graham cracker.
Yeah.
I hate needles. I hate needles.
You hate needles? Do you have any tattoos, Dusty?
Oh yeah, I got a bunch of tattoos, but I just hate needles going in me. It's weird. I hate getting blood drawn, but I love getting tattoos.
I want tattoos. I want small tattoos, and I want a nose piercing, which I'm trying to find my parents.
Mom, let's see your face on that one.
Yeah.
All I saw was an eye. She don't look too happy. I can't say. Listen, when you're of age, that's different. But I was of age. Dusty was of age.
Thank you.
No tattoos now when I'm 18 and older.
Okay.
But no.
There you go.
Talking about a...
Yeah.
We might have hit a nerve, Maureen.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's okay. It's all part of being a mom, right? It's all part of being a parent.
Right.
Dusty, you're not there yet for the tattoos. My son is 17. My daughter's 14. They really haven't talked about tattoos, to be honest with you.
I got two youngins.
Yeah, you got two youngins. They're
Aw.
still innocent right now.
Yeah. Right.
So. All right. What did Carrie end up doing after talking with Ellie? What did she cause?
Oh, come on. She convinced her to leave him because they were having trouble
Yes.
anyway.
Yeah.
And she just got to talking and I broke up a marriage.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm hungry. Let's go get some steaks.
Yeah. I'm hungry, Doug.
My favorite part.
She was a little too giddy after that. She was a
Yeah,
little
she
too
was.
giddy.
Do a Doug. Didn't Doug say something like
Oh, you're terrifying. Kids are gonna start wearing you as a Halloween mask.
Yeah.
You know what? I lied. That's my favorite line of the episode.
Yeah.
That's my favorite line. You nailed it, Isabella. That's great. Yeah.
And then when he rolled over in bed, he goes, "Quit looking at me, you devil woman!
Yeah.
Stop staring, devil woman."
What did Doug end up doing after talking with Eddie? What did he cause?
Oh, was this?
For Eddie and Simone to break up.
Yep, excellent.
Because she was calling him, kind of being a little stalkery when he was having a beer with Doug.
Mhm.
Yep.
It's just one beer.
Yep, absolutely.
Man, Simone is all over me.
And then Doug's like, you know what? I'm all over purple M&Ms. That's one of my favorite quotes.
So I'm trying to think. Do they still make those purple M&Ms?
I never saw purple
Let me
M&M
Google
unless
it.
I go to the M&M
Oh,
store.
Isabella, she's on it. She's Googling it.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
She's all over it. I think I want to say it's like a different flavor, like the purple.
No.
Well, the purple
I
bag.
think it's customized.
Oh, is that what it
So you have
is?
to get a. Well, fortunately, I went through a phase where I would watch like M&M commercials for some reason. I was like in 3rd grade,
Okay.
and I remember there being like special edition like turquoise, like light pink and purple M&Ms. It's like find the special bags, and it looked kind of
Oh.
older.
Gotcha.
So it was maybe a fluky type of
Yeah, maybe.
Gotcha.
Huh.
Well, maybe Doug was eating his way through through a special prize or something. All right. Last question. What happened? So now Doug and Carrie and Eddie and Ellie are at the Knicks game again. What happens when Doug walks away during the game
favorite.
at the end of the episode?
Our favorite. Go ahead. When he gets upset about like they've made a frank. Oh, as long as we get what we want, we're good. Something like that.
Yeah.
And then what she says to him is one of my favorite lines from the whole show.
And so,
You gonna do
what's
it?
the guy's name? I forget.
Eddie.
Eddie runs into his friend
Yeah, but
named.
you gotta say what Carrie said.
Well, first Carrie says, "Diet Coke for me, baby." Mwah.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, you guys know this.
We say that line all the time. Like when she's mad at me, or she'll walk away if I've yelled or something, and she's walking away mad, and I go, "Diet Coke for me, baby." Mwah.
So what did Eddie and Ellie try to do?
Eddie runs into his friend, what was his name?
Jeff.
And he asks about Carrie's situation, and he's like, well, her and her husband fight a lot, so, and then he's like, Carrie, meet Jeff. Just like how they did to Eddie and Ellie.
Yeah, so pretty much she's getting a taste of her own medicine at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, you guys made it through 13 for 13 with bonus points
Passed.
here and there, sprinkled about. How does it feel to be done with the trivia?
Oh, I wish there was so much more.
I wish there was,
We wish there was a game to
I wish there
buy.
was more.
Yeah, like Friends. Like the Friends game.
We want someone to invent a game. King and Queen's trivia game.
Hey, Dusty.
Like, and it would be the house, like you play on the floor, like go to Arthur's basement
And
and
it
you
could be
lose.
like-
You gotta go down. Like, we want to just, maybe I'll make it. I don't
There
know.
you go. Let me know.
Yeah.
That's $1 million
And your little thing
idea.
would be an IPS truck.
Yeah, absolutely. A little IPS truck, you could put the moldy basement.
Or
Yeah.
like a lipstick would be Carrie's piece,
Yeah.
Or
Like,
eye
pick your
makeup
character.
lipstick for Carrie.
Arthur, what could Arthur be?
I don't know.
That's a great idea.
What could Arthur be?
What would Arthur's piece be?
Pretty much anything.
Demented old circus
Money.
monkey.
Oh, there you go.
Wow, perfect. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, that's $1 million idea. So it's recorded.
No one's ever done
Can't
it.
take it. No one's ever done it.
It needs to be done.
I agree.
I think our group should come up.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Our fun group.
Absolutely.
Love that group. Group's my home.
All right. Quotes and ponderings. We'll start with our guests today, Dusty. Maureen and Isabella. What's your favorite quotes from this episode?
You go first because I'm holding mine in like I
So-
can't wait to say it.
Some of my favorite quotes are when Carrie comes home and she's telling Doug, and she's like, I broke up a marriage. All you gotta do is break up a boyfriend and girlfriend. I could do that before breakfast. And I like the purple M&M's one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I like when Doug breaks up Eddie and what was her name?
Simone.
And he opens the door to the house, and he's like, "It's done." And then Carrie is at the table, and she runs up to him like a romantic,
Yeah.
like rom-com movie.
Yeah.
I love that
Those
part.
were classic parts.
Right.
Classic
Mhm.
parts.
Sorry, and then I like when Arthur and his friend Mickey are at the table, and Mickey's like, "Well, I could call Smitty," and Arthur's like, "Shut up!"
Don't you get it? It ain't Smitty ain't there anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, those are
My favorite all-time quote from that episode is when Doug says, which I say constantly around my house, and I'm a very loving person, by the way. When he says, "I ought to punch you square in the mouth."
I have
When he says that to Carrie,
yeah.
I have that written
Favorite line
down.
ever.
I have that written
And
down.
Arthur says that to Holly.
I say it all the time.
Yep. That
Good mom,
You're yeah.
good wife.
Hey, listen, it's all good. It's all good.
Oh. And people who I say it to who don't know the show look at me like, "What the?"
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you're right, Isabella. That line is said quite a bit throughout the series.
Catch.
That's great. That's great. Any other ones, Maureen? Besides the punching you square in the mouth.
Diet Coke for me.
The no fingers,
No pinkies?
no pinkies. Yeah, Arthur. No, I think my favorite is definitely I ought to punch. Yeah, Diet Coke for me, baby, and I ought to punch you square in the mouth.
That's great.
Oh, Can I add one?
Yeah.
I also like the line where Eddie and Doug are. This is when Simone is there, and Eddie says, "Come on, my cleaning lady could have blocked that shot."
He's like, oh, I think they heard you. He goes, yeah, you
Yeah.
treat them like dirt
Yeah.
and they play better.
Yep.
And then he's like, "You're gonna be a great
Yeah,
dad."
you're gonna be a great dad. Dusty, favorite lines, favorite quotes.
All right, so first, my favorite part was when Doug gets home after breaking up Eddie and his girl, and like you said, runs up and kisses Doug, and then he like pushes her back and looks at her in disgust, and then brings her back and starts making out with her again. And then when Carrie was talking about Simone calling her tiny, Johnny, and lopsidey.
Oh, jeez.
So,
Lopsided.
God.
Yeah.
The names.
I love them.
yeah, so I mean, that's and they nailed all the quotes from the show. So I mean, that the tiny Johnny and
Oh,
the
yeah.
lopsided is probably one of my favorite lines in that.
Love
Yeah.
it.
And they're like, I love how they say, Carrie's like, look how oldie and tiny's breaks
Yeah.
into the nickname.
They stick with those names.
Oldie and tiny. Oldie and tiny. I actually had that written down, but I switched it over to their real names for the question.
Yeah.
So.
Oldie and tiny. And then they get together at the end.
Yeah, and then they get that was great. Yeah, that was great. Oh, you look beautiful in that sweater. It's hard for me
Really?
It's hard for me to shop.
Oh, that's so funny. So,
Oh.
I think I know what this question, how you guys are going to answer this question, but we always like to ask it anyway. Like, what does King of Queens mean to you? You know,
Oh.
Life.
like
It is everything.
It's life.
okay.
It's everything. It's my go-to when I'm stressed. It's my go-to when I'm sick in bed and you're miserable.
Mhm.
It's everything.
It like background noise. It's just like, it's like, it needs to be on Netflix because like, it just, oh my God, it's just a great show.
Yep.
How do you guys normally watch it? Like DVD?
Like regular cable.
Okay.
Yeah, we have them a lot on the DVR, but we watch them daily because like CMT has like the marathon, and then here in Chicago, like they come on
Like
for an hour from 5 o'clock until 6 o'clock.
Okay.
So we watch it at dinner.
So at dinner, that's what's
Oh,
on,
cool.
and we'll
Nice.
take a bet. Like, who do you think it's going to be about today? Or I say Arthur, and I say Carrie, and then as soon as it starts, we know who won.
we know like the cold open.
Yeah, we won't cheat, so we kind of take a guess who it's going to be about. And my husband is not as a big fan as we are,
No.
Yeah. So
so
why is
he
that?
gets
You
kind of
think?
lost in our King of Queens talk all the time.
Why do you think that is?
Some episodes he really likes,
The ones that he likes the car with the Duesenberger car because he likes cars.
Oh.
but he can't stand watching something over and over and over and
Oh,
over.
once he sees it once, he's like, all right, I'm done. Let's
Well,
move on.
But he'll watch The Godfather every
And
time.
he'll watch
it's on.
Happy Days over and over again.
Oh, okay.
It's just not for him. It's not as great as it is for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's a big Happy
But-
Days guy. That's interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
He does. He does like the episode Supermarket Story and the episode with the ice cream cone where Spence falls in love with the ice cream cone. Me and my dad both like that one, but my mom doesn't like those ones.
not my favorite.
Oh, interesting. Can't wait to do those. Actually, spoiler alert, I really like the supermarket one myself. That's one of my favorites.
I relate to Carrie because I cannot cook.
I can't either. That's my wife, she's great at cooking, but not me.
I know how to preheat an oven.
That's sweet.
I'm like, how do you fold an egg? It's witchcraft. That's me.
All right. So I pretty much, expected those responses. That's great. You guys are obviously huge fans and it means a lot to you. So that's really great to hear. All right. On to review and ratings of the show. This is what I'm looking forward to the most. And Dusty, if you want to pull up the comments from the poll and get those ready to go in the line here. So IMDb had 327 user ratings. and it was an 8.1 out of 10 stars. Ratings from our Facebook poll, and I believe this is the most we've ever had. Is that correct, Dusty?
Oh, yes. Way more than what we had.
So we had 74, which, doesn't sound like a lot, but for us, it's a lot. 74 ratings.
Yeah.
And it was a 4.2 out of 5 stars, which equates to like a 8.4. But there was a ton of comments, and we appreciate all the comments, good and bad. And I think let's start with the comments first before we get into our ratings and reviews.
Right.
So, Dusty, want to read some of those comments? Because it was all over the board.
Yes.
There was people who loved this episode. There's people who didn't like it at all, and then there was middle of the road. Like there was so much. I want to say it was almost controversial.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that?
It was.
It was controversial for some people.
Wow.
So what are some of the quotes or some of the?
This one was my favorite out of all of them. From Tony Westfall, he was our very first comment. He said 4-star because Doug has been acting like a real tool lately.
Well, that was funny because it's a line from the episode.
Exactly.
That was funny.
That's from the end, remember?
Yeah.
So,
that's at the end when he's trying to break up Doug and Carrie.
Marilyn Colangelo gave it a 1-star, and she said because the whole thing was stupid, Carrie should have been able to pick a friend, and same with Doug. In fact, we all know Doug would have picked Deacon, so why not have Carrie pick a single friend for a possible setup?
Interesting.
Right.
Deacon was he separated?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
he
separated.
was because that was the whole thing with the tickets at the beginning. He said, he was going to pick up his kids, and
Okay.
he was always getting tickets in front of the building. So that was one of the, I thought, controversial. I mean, a 1-star.
Yeah.
But listen, everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Yep.
We respect
definitely.
it.
Yep.
What was the one was middle of the road, or somebody didn't like the tiny Giny comments.
Let's see.
There's a lot to look through.
Yeah, there is. Well, here's one. They said Bob. Let's see. Is that Bob Cherney? Not one of my favorites. I thought the whole concept of the couples, in quotes, thing was quite awful. Why would Doug and Carrie be seen as the best couple? The storyline that saved the entire episode, in my opinion, was Arthur with his ticket fixing. Now that was funny.
All right. So he liked just this, the secondary plot.
Yeah. Oh, here's the middle of the road one. Kevin Evans says, went middle of the road. Good episode, but intentionally breaking up a marriage. Can give it a 4 or 5. Can't give it a 4 or 5.
Can't give it a 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And I think somebody actually at the bottom of those comments said basically, it's a TV show, like
right,
everyone's getting a little too sensitive or whatever.
Yes.
I mean, again, controversial. It was crazy. I thought it was very interesting. Very interesting.
All right, 2 more comments. Let me read 2 more.
Right.
Jonathan Libre, hilarious. It's one of my go-to episodes. I quote so many lines from that one. Grandpa Munster, you didn't have to remind him of where he was when he woke up from the nap. Oh, by the way, my husband, 1 billion years old, to name a few. So that was a good one.
That was a good one.
And last one, I thought this was from Lynn Hansen. They would be great in Vermont.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
They would be phenomenal in Vermont.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
Yep.
She's so funny. She's the greatest on that page, too.
Yes,
she's
yes,
great.
she is.
She's
Yep.
great. All right. Let's go with Isabella. Isabella,
Oh,
would you like to give us your rating or review of this episode out of 10?
sure. So I would probably give it maybe like an 8 or like an 8.5.
Okay.
I just like the part where it's like the couples The Arthur thing, I don't know. It's not my favorite, but I like the whole couple thing and like how they're both like the nicknames. It's funny.
Yeah.
Awesome. So at 8.5. All right, very respectable score.
Yep.
Excellent. Maureen?
I might, maybe I'll do like a 7.9.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely in my top 15 episodes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's great all the way around. The nickname thing is the best. We do that here.
Yeah.
We give everyone nicknames, and that's their name for life. So how they just rolled with the tiny Johnny and oldie, and I mean that was just so funny. Perfect.
Would you like to share the nicknames or no?
Oh,
Yeah.
us? For our people? Oh, we have so many.
Oh my
there's
God,
so
we have
many.
a
What's
list.
Yeah.
okay?
We really do have an actual Arthur. He's an elderly man who is a friend of ours. We nicknamed him Arthur because he's very Arthur-like.
Okay.
But that's not his name. But for us, he's Arthur.
He is his daughter and son-in-law live in a house, and he lives in the house
Oh.
It's truly
until
a king and queen's dynamic in that house.
Oh, wow.
So for us,
Mhm.
his nickname is like Arthur.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know, and it doesn't. It's not like we have bad nicknames.
No.
for
Right,
people.
yeah.
It's just no, like we just have so many.
We call a dog on the street Jim because it looks like a dog named Jim.
That we know, but its real name is London.
Poor dog's confused. He's like,
It will
"Who's
never-
Jim?" You're trying to call him.
Even there's a little boy who lives next door to us. His name is Quint. What's his real name? Xavier. But we've nicknamed him since the day he was born was Quentin. I don't know why.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
He's Quentin. Hi,
That's-
Quentin.
that-
How are you?
yeah.
Thank you.
We just call people what we think they should be called, and
That's
that's
great.
just the names in our house.
All right, so we're gonna put you guys on the spot. What should Dusty and my nicknames be?
Oh, Dusty's definitely a Dusty.
Oh wow. Okay, so she's
Yeah.
gonna stay with Dusty.
Dusty. I don't know, Steve. You look like a Steve.
All right.
I don't know. Like we don't have like a There's really nothing like I can think of that would come across. Dusty's definitely Dusty.
Yeah, I never call him. I always call him Dusty.
Yeah, and that's what Isabella and I call. Well, we call him Dusty too, because when he comes on at the podcast, we wait for him to go. Hi, are you demented circus
Yeah.
monkeys? And she's like, "There's Dusty."
We like to, we had somebody say we shouldn't say that, and we kind of we felt we had a little meeting. We felt that it should stay as a.
That was my brother.
So.
I
Was that Corey?
We like it.
Yeah, that was my
We
brother.
like it.
Can I tell a story?
Yeah, sure.
So when I was in 6th grade, we had like vocabulary words, and one of the words was demented, and I was like, I need to write about Doug and Arthur. So I wrote, in a TV show I watched, one character called another character demented, and I circled demented, like underlined, that's the word I need to use.
See there.
And the teacher didn't question it.
So there you go. That's perfect. Listen, it's educational.
A+.
It's educational. It's entertaining. It's all around a great show. It's
That's
wholesome.
right.
All right, so we got an 8.5. We got a 7.9. Dusty, how about you, bud?
All right, before I give my rating, I have a little name change, little story. My dad, who coaches high school baseball, and the whole family, we're all baseball gurus. So my dad coaches high school baseball, and this kid he coached, he was calling this kid Greg for about a year and a half, almost 2 years. And when they came up to the next season, he said, "Hey, Greg, how was your year?" And his dad was walking beside him. He's like, "Why the hell is he calling you Greg?" And my dad was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "My son's name is Russ." He was like, so his whole high school career, his name was Greg. Because it was from his freshman and sophomore year, we were calling him Greg without even knowing his real name was Russ. And then his junior, senior year, that was his nickname. Everybody called him Greg. So,
That is funny.
Yeah.
That is funny.
There'll be something.
So, yes.
so,
That is.
That is us.
Yep.
Mhm.
I struggle to know people's real names.
Yeah. When you were telling that story, you're like, wait, what is his real name?
yeah. Yeah. My dad has a lot of players, so like sometimes he gets their names mixed up.
That's
But-
funny, man.
So back to my rating. My rating of this episode. This is a tough one because it's really, really funny. But with Arthur, it's definitely going to get above an 8.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go probably 8.8, 8.9. Now,
Wow.
what loses points is the breaking up of a marriage, but it's a comedy, so it's funny. In real life, of course, that sucks, but that would probably be the only reason why it would lose points. But it's still funny to me. So I don't even know why it lost points for me, but I mean, it was still funny to me, and the way they built around breaking up the marriages was just absolutely hilarious. So, 8.9.
All right. 8.9 is a very respectable score. That's up there. That's up there. It's on to me. I'm not sure. I really liked the episode. I really did. I liked how it stirred up some, I'm going to say it stirred up a little controversy in the group on our poll. I'm going to go a little lower though. I'm going to go like in the 7s or like a 7.1.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of funny parts. And again, with you, Dusty, I don't know why it really lost a lot. But you know, it's not one of my top 10. It's not one of my top 20. You know, it's definitely something I could watch again. I ended up watching it twice for the trivia and stuff. But there's just something there that was just it's. I think it's during their prime. I think it's during their prime years.
Yeah.
But I think that's why
I agree.
think that's why it lost a little bit, because compared to the other ones that were better, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, what did I say? 7.1?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, 7.1. They all can't be
Still
in
a
the
good
eights for
rating.
me, and then it's not bad. It's
Yeah.
not bad. It's not like that one where we gave it like I think I gave it like a 6 something
Yeah.
or a 5 or something. But
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'm at. What'd you guys think, Maureen and Isabella?
Oh, just so
my
happy to
God.
be here. So happy to be a guest and participate.
It's like I'm famous. I was telling my best friend, I'm like, I'm gonna be on a podcast tonight, so I'm famous. And she's like, oh, I want to listen. And she does not watch The King of Queens, but I'm like, oh, it's such a good show. And shout out if you're listening to my best friend.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, tell her to download the episode and spread the word, you know? Spread the word.
I'm
Comes out on
impressed.
Monday.
I am very impressed. Maureen, you did some good parenting right here. She is like on top of
Absolutely.
King of Queens. Like, she is really smart with some King of Queens. I mean,
It's been on since
5 years
Yeah.
old.
like
Like,
when she was 5, she really started to like sit and like really watch.
I remember watching it at dinner when I was like a kid. And like, all the other kids are like, oh, what do you watch at home? King of Queens.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, no, you did excellent, Maureen. She's
Oh, I just am so happy there's a show that her and I both just can connect with and laugh with and have our phrases we say back and forth to each other. And
yeah, that's great.
you know, she's not allowed to really swear, so when she wants to say something, she'll use like Carrie's phrase. Remember in the episode with Margie, and when Carrie goes, Uncle Norman, my ass. So like when Isabella wants to say that, oh, I don't know, can we swear? Sorry.
Hell
when,
yeah.
Isabella wants, when she wants to get mad or she wants to swear, she'll just go, Uncle Norman.
and everyone knows, right? That's perfect.
I do, yes. Her father doesn't know, but I know what she's trying to
That's-
say.
I can do a Janet impression. It's like, oh, hey, Moggy, what's cooking? Oh, fiddlesticks, I was going to surprise you.
You're doing great.
Yeah, you are.
You're doing great at those. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so thank you very much for coming on.
Yes.
I had fun. Hopefully you
Thank
guys
you.
had a blast. Is there anything you guys want to plug? We always ask our guests.
No.
No?
Just keep plugging the show and King of Queens and our group on Facebook.
Yeah, what are we up to now? Well, I say we, but it's obviously Dusty and I did not start this group. It was up to like 34 or 35,000 at one point.
I just think it's the best. Makes me laugh all the time. The things that people remember
Oh my god.
or they'll say
When
and just
Winthrop.
they just make me crack up. Silly things that people put and will make me laugh all the time.
If you see me standing up, I'm cramping up in my leg right now.
I was going to say, you doing okay, Dusty? All
Yeah,
of a
my
sudden
whole
he's like
body's
in and out of
cramping
the
up.
screen here.
Well, I had a lot of baseball today, so like, Lord have mercy.
Batting cages.
Betting cages.
Batting cages.
Batting cages. So I guess I'll plug our stuff unless Dusty
Yeah.
I'm good. I
that
can do it
cramp's
standing
killing
up.
you, all right,
I can do it
plug our
standing up.
stuff, Dusty.
All right, TikTok is gonna be at Do Work Baseball Softball NC. Facebook will be at at Shutty Uppy Let's Talk King of Queens podcast, and Instagram is at the Shutty Uppy podcast.
Absolutely. Yep. And the group is up to 36,500 members,
Lord have mercy.
which is amazing to me.
That's awesome.
How much?
36,000.
Yep. And
We have a lot of like foreign, like Germany's big hit on that
Yep.
site.
Yeah, I noticed. It's like really popular
yeah,
there.
and we do have some German listeners too. So
You know what's crazy?
Right.
Our podcast is always ranked in the top 60 in Germany. Yeah.
overall, Dusty.
Yeah, overall,
Hi,
like
Germany.
every week, it's always like in between 50 and 75.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Well, thanks a lot,
I'm gonna
Germany.
be famous.
All right.
I wish I spoke a little German. I'd say hi to the folks.
I know.
I was just
hello.
going to quote Arthur, but it's not nice, so I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, no.
I think I say hello. Like Guten Tag is hello.
Guten Tag, Germany.
I think.
It is.
Pretty sure. I love like when I was a kid I would always like watch like culture videos.
Okay.
Smart.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can always email us at kingofqueenspodcast@gmail.com. Again, nobody's emailing me, so I don't know. Maybe I should check my spam folder or something. But I'm not getting anything. I just want to be loved. I just want to be heard.
You are. You
I
are.
know. That's about it. Maureen and Isabella, thank you very much. We really do appreciate
Gosh,
you
it
coming
went
on.
so fast.
I know.
Thank you.
I know, it's like almost an hour, and it feels like it's been 10 minutes.
Right.
It was just the best part of my whole day today, really.
Oh, well, great! I'm glad to be part of it. We're glad
Oh,
Dusty and I are
thank
part
you
of
so
it.
much. We just love this podcast.
So yeah, tell your friends to let them know.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
I tell everybody who was always asking me, what are you listening to? If I'm not listening to you, it's a true crimer.
Oh,
so
there you go.
it's in between murder and laughter.
The two
Uh-oh.
For
extremes.
me,
That sounds a little bit crazy.
For me, it's like pop punk music and laughter.
King
King
Cool.
Queens. My two favorite things: 2000s pop punk, King
Nice.
Queens.
Awesome. Hey, there you go. You guys know what you like. That's great.
Mhm.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and we'll talk to everyone next time.
Bye, everybody.
guys.
Bye.